Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and you're back once again with some Transport Fever, where we're going to be focusing on completing this kind of northern edge of the map before we catch the last train to Transcentral. Yes, we've flown over Alpha Complex to start out, and then we head over Mos Eisley, as you can see now. Wretched Hive, villainy, scum, all of that kind of jazz. Then we've got a nice long run through relatively flat land, which is unusual in this mountainous region. And then over the other side of this rise, we will hit Miranda. Now that's probably going to be the most challenging place that we actually have to get a station into. But it's on the list, and therefore we've got to get it done. And then finally, with this last mountain section out of the way, we'll land back at Gallifrey, which is where we finished up last time around. Now, if I can connect all four of these towns, and that's my hope, but I suspect this may prove to be a little on the challenging side, then we will have probably 2/3 of the loop completed, and then we can move into the exciting bits. Anyway, stick around and we'll get tunnelling. So here's where we left things last time around at Gallifrey, and as you can see, the town has already responded quite nicely to having some train action going on. We've got one coming in now, and it's hauling a massive 10 passengers. Well, this is not unusual. I mean, this is what we've seen at every station we've expanded to, frankly. It's just going to take time to build up and to get that demand going. Heading out the other way, 13 going out the other way. That's all right. It's absolutely fine. So we are going to try and plough headlong through this mountain. And then onto Miranda, and then Mos Eisley, and then Alpha Complex. And we're going to try and do that all in one go. Because it is largely a straight shot. Where it gets a little more complicated is where the goods services are involved, because they're going to need some kind of branch out in order to set up stations and receive incoming what's-it and all of that jazz. So before we get underway, I've got 12 million in the bank. We're up 10.8 this year. Now, what I'm doing to make that calculation is I'm discounting all construction and purchase costs, simply because that's what the port barrels are covered, right? So I've covered this out of my own pocket. But income of 18.1, running costs of 14.3, which means that doesn't add up, and I'm talking nonsense. It'll possibly... No, I don't think I've even traded stuff in. Have I sold any vehicles? No, I've not. Okay, well, I don't know where that comes from. Anyway, we're generally running in a net positive fashion. As you can see, last year we were 11 million, just shy of 11 million up. Year before, it was 6.5, 7 million. Year before that, it was 4, 5 million. So we are up every year. It's just being obfuscated by the fact that I'm using port barrels to cover the ongoing expansion. And today's no different, because I'm not going to be able to pull this off with a lousy 12 million in the bank. So let's get this out of the way first, and then we'll crack on with some heavy duty building. Hello, Lake. Have some barrels. Right, there we go. A very evenly distributed 100 more barrels going on there. I did. The amount of time spent putting them into neat little rows is better spent getting on with life. But as you can see, the AI didn't take the hint and did decide to build a road here already. Just get a handle on yourself, man. We'll give it some room with which it can do such things later on. Now, here comes the trick. So we're going to want to start off with one of the centre lines here. So we're talking about these four are the passenger routes going through. This is the merge in, and then we've got two goods routes, which I should probably lock in now. Otherwise, I'll forget. And that's coming along the other side. All right, easy. Now then, what I'm thinking is that I run a double-decker tunnel. So we run goods on the bottom, and then slightly higher up we run the passengers. Now obviously we won't get to that point from here. I mean, let's see what kind of maximum altitude increase looks like. No, it's got some potential, I suppose. But the important bit is the other side. And the reason that I want to run this double-decker, I mean, firstly, stylistically, it's quite snazzy. But more than that, it's so that the goods facilities can come out and I can put a low-lying station in. And it would probably be, I mean, I'll probably put one here to pick up the plastic that we've got going on there and the lumber from this one, and maybe as far as the oil going on there, and then another one just outside Miranda before we come into the station. Anyone living over this side, you're likely to feel the full force of eminent domain. Right, okay, now then. That's compulsory purchase. I see. My natural tendency is to translate things for my American viewers, and then I find myself going like, yeah, but you've now left that so that anybody on the other side of the Atlantic has no idea what you're on about. Right. What do we think? No, that's a little too far over. If we start about here, yeah. So unconventionally, I'm going to start from the wrong end. Because that will enable me to set up the appearance that I want before then locking in the route itself. So if we now drag this one, and as you can see, we are going to burn through my pork-barreled cash very quickly indeed. There you go. That's 15 million quid to you, Gov. I have spent it all at once. But there you go, we've got a ground level entry and then it's all good. So I should probably just buy that, because you're not going to change it any more than that. Get it purchased. We'll stick the second line in as well. And then the tricky bit, because I've not tried this, I've no idea exactly how much of a challenge this is going to present. I suspect moderate challenge is what we're going to get here. And also the game is going to try and be super helpful, so I'm going to need a clever angle to get this working. Right, okay, now then, it's also going to be just a little bit tricky to see exactly what's going on, because what I want is the other tunnel coming out above it. So maybe we'll be better off going the other way. I think we'll be better off going the other way. Oh, well, you should do that then. Yes, okay, sorry, no, just a momentary, have I got that right? And it turns out, yes, I have. So I want them all going in somewhat parallel at this end. So I think we'll do a cluster of 4 over this side. And then we've got our two shot there. And then we'll change the inclination once we're in the mountain, because that'll surely come off. Or do we go 6? No, last time you did staggered tunnel entrances like that, people got a bit upset. They said, "Oh, that doesn't look very nice. You could have done a better job with that." And actually, bending this one in. Firstly, you've probably not done it quick enough. Secondly, you've got to get these tracks over. Now, you've got a tried and tested kind of track approach there. Yeah, I know, we're bulldozing already. Any more in here? I hope not. Right. The reason I'm doing it again is we're going to base it off this. Already increasing altitude? There may be some value in that, I suppose. Might help with the road. So no, actually, we'll stay on the flat. We'll chance it on the inside of the mountain. This could be a very expensive experimental manoeuvre on my part. There we go. If we go that way ever so slightly, and then we'll pull this one along the side, and then we'll pull that up and wait until we can get a track snap point that we feel is lovely. Then whiz it back down there. Okay, there's a little bit of a kink in. That's not really gone any better, has it? But you know what? It'll do. When I say it'll do just fine. A 160 limit is going to be absolutely dandy. I mean, that's 100 miles per hour. So you're not likely to get many trains that have hit that level of velocity that quickly, heading on the exit from the station. Now then, here comes the challenge. Let's whiz that back as well, because what we need to do is get this one all the way over there, and then no, you see, that's not gone right. That one, however, is playing ball. Now then, how's that looking? That looks all right. So, I mean, it remains to be seen exactly how much congestion this approach is actually going to generate coming out of the station. No, that's not it. Come on, there must be a... I think I've overlaid the track there. I don't think that's picked up. It has picked up naturally. All right, splendid. And then a bit of this, and we are golden. Yeah, that's come off reasonably well. And then when we set routes up, we'll slip away on there. Now then, we'll go from number 2 or 3. I don't know why I'm reading right to left. I just happen to be. Now I've got no idea what height I'm at here. All right, let's get as far as there. We'll keep the speed up. But where I want to be is running in a tunnel that is right above the goods tunnel. Now there is no purpose to this other than because I think it will look cool. Right, now, I've gone up by a bit. Oh, I've gone up by nowhere near enough. Okay, right, well, keep going then. You are able to align the terrain, don't lie to me. Why am I having to extrapolate so far? There you go, that's better. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, I've broken... No, I haven't broken it. Get a grip. There you go. That's 300. Unable to align terrain. Interesting. Maybe we're too close to the second tunnel already and we're going to need a little bit more height. Alright, we can make that work. Don't worry. It's okay. Rarely do we get downhearted at the first time it doesn't work. It's only about the 7th time that we start to despair. Alright, hold on. Ashley, as a test case, let's run it all the way through and see where we emerge if we're heading up constantly. And actually, that's coming out really quite nicely. The trick is going to be coming out right next to the other tunnel, because I'd love it to sit right on top of the other one. So if I come out here... Now, I'm tempted to test this and then see what sort of track merger I can get underneath. I think sitting directly on top of it is perhaps wishful thinking, although there is another way. There's always another way. If the first way doesn't work for you, give it a go on a different idea, and that is we put in oh, okay, we've already got an egregious climb going on. Alright, so now this is climbing aggressively, and as you can, that's come out way higher up. But even then, there's not that much altitude difference. I would have thought that would be a little more pronounced. Interesting. Okay, well, what do we think of that? Well, it means that you're going to have quite the suspension bridge going on there. To get over to the next point, and I don't think that's conducive. And of course, this bridge action is now obscured the little grey dot that I need to move the track around. There we are. But if I pulled back to about here, maybe, and then flattened it out. Now, I'm not thrilled about having it go up quite as high as that. Oh, look! It's right on top of the other tunnel. You're going to regret this. Has the regret fully set in? Or have we still got a way to go? I don't know. I can get this. Well, I'm not new. I have spent a lot of money on tunnels and other senseless paraphernalia. I will not be downcast because one of them proves to be a little bit tricky. Go on, come out just about here. Right, and because we've got other tracks going on, this could end up looking really quite splendid. It's a bit of a gamble. But there we go. That's not a million miles away from what I wanted. I think what I wanted was perhaps a bit of a pipe dream. And then we run this over here. Obviously, we'd use something other than wooden trestle. That's quite an exciting exciting bit of curve. And then down the bottom, we'll have the goods hub for this area before it comes back in this direction. And we're all freshly merged up by the time we bulldoze half of Miranda. All right. Okay, yeah, I'm into it. Let's go steel bridge with that. Hold on. Let's look at the right bit of track. There you go. That's another 16 million downer tubes. Now, you are operating a bit of easy come, easy go as far as port barrels are concerned. And actually, if we go through this one as well, we're up to 24, 31 million. Ridiculous. I think we're going to need to lose some altitude here if we're going to make station fall in there, which is where I wanted to do it. But actually, looking at it now, it might make more sense to come over this side and then take the inner side of Mos Eisley before heading over the river to Alpha Complex. I couldn't tell you which the right move was. I don't think any of these moves could be classified as utterly desirable. All right, let's just hit that. Commit to it. And if the need arises, spend more money. Right, okay. Now let's see how much this decides to fight me. Coming out there. Well, actually, didn't really fight me too much at all. And we're out. And we've got our the formative part of a double-decker tunnel going on, which is what we're after. Right, player 3. I don't think the 37k that I've got in the bank is going to cover this, you know, but I want to check for the cursed terrain alignment collision, which we haven't had, which means this works. Hooray! Right, back to the pork gun. Let's... I want to try and keep my pork hoard all in one place. This is all sounded terribly rude, and it's not intended to be. Right, here we go. Activate. Well, there you go. Right, that's filled back the slush funds back up again, but that's another 200 barrels. Ridiculous. At some point, I have to start taking some accountability for paying for this myself. But the aim is going to be that we just cut. Don't you dare! Don't you? No. Okay, that's fine. I tried to snap to the wrong one. Okay, you can dare. There we are. Right. Okay, that's number 3, and then just number 4 to go. Yeah. So I'm gonna port barrel the whole of the initial mainline setup, and then after that point we'll trade on whatever profits that we can generate, because they will be significant. There'll need to be a little bit of run-in time for the passenger lines, but the goods lines will pay off fairly quickly. Not to mention the fact that they'll also start making a real dent in the build-up cost. My hope is that once we're at full speed, we'll actually be able to buy back all of those port barrels relatively quickly. I like that. It's a fairly non-committal pledge, that one, but it's a pledge nonetheless. Treat it the same way as you would any politicians. Yeah. You say you're going to make life better for all of us, but in reality, what are you actually going to accomplish? Oh, nothing. It's just that our election promises sound much nicer than that of the opposition. You haven't really grasped why we do this. No, maybe not. But anyway, get your voting book out. Do some voting. Get the voting on. Right, now then. Choices, because we now have the option to either belt it around the corner that way, or carry on this this current trajectory. I mean, it's largely going to be based on where are we sticking the station. Now, wherever we decide to stick the station, I have a suspicion it's going to fight me a lot. Right, here we go. So we need 7 tracks. Okay. We need a platform length of 320, which is what we've been rocking so far. It's high speed. We'll give it a 1920s hairdo. Or we would give it a... No, let's give it a 1990 hairdo. You see, let's make it all lovely. And then we want transit tracks on the B side, PXXP. There you go. Is that not what we like? That is what we like. Now then, how much am I going to be playing with the terrain tools if I want to plunk that in there? I know it's going to remove a lot of buildings, but that would be where I want it, maybe facing the other way. Oh, hold on, no, because you've got to have your passing tracks in the right place. Actually, I could switch the side for the goods tracks now. They don't have to be on the side they have been, but I think I will put them there anyway. Oh, and you haven't got a middle connection. There we go. Something like that. Well, I can see the challenges that we've got present here, and they are many and beautiful and splendid. It is going to look quite good, though. Don't be a sucker for it. It is going to look quite good, though. Yeah, I know. It's going to look quite good. I want to stick it. In here somewhere. All right. Okay. Well, get to work. Yep. Kill it. Yeah, and that lot. Yep. Sorry. Yeah, you're all homeless. Beg your pardon. Then let's see if we can do it in one. Didn't think it'd be likely, and it isn't. Okay. All right. Well, if you can't align the terrain, then I'll align it for you. And I will not be using any level of subtlety in the process. Let's just check we've got the line more or less where we want it. Where's my track? There's my track. Okay, so you'd want the line about there. Okay, have we got... Look, we can make this painful for one another if you just say that any one of these is viable. None of this is viable. Okay. Maybe this is an opportunity to use. I don't think I've got elevated stations installed. And even if I did, the odds that I managed to get it to work are significant. Surface passenger station with tram stop. That's the T tram. Right you are. Flying junctions, yeah, and Kanshi's modern main station. I can't see that fitting Kanshi, if I'm honest. I'll push the button. It had a think, and then what do we got here? There it is. I mean, we can't even fit it in if you go with relatively short and close to the ground. So, no, that's not it. We're going to go back to El Flexerino and hope we can do this. It's a surface passenger station with tram stop. What's these crossing arrows all about then? I'm here. I might as well explore it for a moment. Let's have a look. Anything? There is nothing obvious. Does it look like it's flying? No, it's got an underground station. Oh, we don't need that. No. Right. Okay, back to... Oh, you've forgotten me settings. Oh, you peasant. All right, okay. Well, I mean, it's not the end of the world. I've done this often enough. Oh, we've got additional length. Maybe there is a razor in here somewhere. And 7 and 1990. Both. And PXXP. Curve we've got. Yes. Length. Underground pedestrian tunnel. Sure. Elevation offset 12. Ah, okay. All right. Okay. Now then, this is going to be the trick. I still don't think we're going to get this in one go. I think we're going to have to play with it a bit more. Do we want the elevation offset up? In which case it really is towering over the city. Or do we go offset down and sync it to the same height as the stuff that's there? So if we go -9, we're going to have collision no matter what. But we stick it in about here. Actually, I'm not. Am I? Yeah. No, that's where you want it. Right. No. Okay. There's nothing else for it. We are going to need to terrain gun this one, and we'll work off some super large street in order to get that happening. So we'll go from about there, and we'll keep it on the straight and narrow. No, that's it. Can't align the terrain. Take me to where you can align the terrain, and we'll work from that. Now, if I'm lucky, I won't be, but if I'm lucky, I'll be able to get. I'll be able to make some headway just doing a bit of road smoothing. Now, it's not cheap, but that's fine because it only uses the same amount of money as using the smoothing tools, the terrain tools would be. Right, so that's the line. See if that made any difference. I mean, you know, that would be miraculous, but nope, we haven't got it. No, it's not gonna. That's not gonna sort you. All right, then we do it again, and we do it slightly to the side of where we did it previously, and we keep going until we've got a nice, lovely lot of flatness. Unable to align terrain. Oh, I don't believe you. I'm sure you can align yourself there. There you go, a bit of that. Now, it is... you can flatten a little more effectively with rail than you can with road. But you don't do quite as much all in one go. Actually, I'm open to suggestions on this. Obviously, I'm going to get this done now. I'm not going to go like, no, that's it, I've given up, you tell me how to do it. But if you have a technique for some smoothature, then sling it in the comments. Share the love among the collective. Yeah, I'm going this route. I see that was 600 grand I just burned through. Right. How have we done there? Yeah, that'll be fine once it's smooth. I've kind of gone overzealous initially. But it tends to be when it's digging down that it has trouble. Pulling stuff back up again, it's less complainy. Yeah, so if you've got a smoothing tactic or method that you use to insert an item such as this into the world, by all means share with the class. You know, we'll all learn together. But this is the way that I've always tended to do it: is get it started with a bit of road. If I can, if I decide to spend the money, then just, you know, flatten it all out with a bit of track or what have you. Tends to be the way to go. So what I'm looking for here is not that I've got it perfectly smooth, because the smoothing tool will finish that off. What I'm looking for is that I don't have to take any more cliffside away, because that's the bit that it tends to fight most vigorously. Yeah, and that, and this, and that bit, just gently. But this is not how I had intended to spend 100 million quid. I'm not going to lie to you. I had hoped to spend it on something just a little more thrilling. Oh, come on. It's so nearly there. Okay, so this bit there is the offending article. Yeah. Chap living in the house there's just kind of go, whoa, my house is here. Stop doing that. It's making me very nervous. How do you feel about... I've still got the elevation offset on. That might not help. Right. And... okay, we're there or thereabouts. Go on, just get in there and I'll make it look lovely after you. No? Okay. Right. Controversially, I'm not going to go full size with it. I'm going to go slightly smaller. Gently. Don't just restore the cliffs. We just want this underlying section to be smoothed out some. And then, if Fortune, who is well known for favouring the bold, decides to favour me as well, then we're golden. How much of a dump ditch? And right, how does that look? But it looks flipping hideous. Okay, thank you for your support. Shut up and get it working. All right, I can. Oh wait! I saw it. You saw it. We all saw it. There it is. We're there. We like that. I don't care. Take it. Right, good. That's that. Right, we're in. Core. Okay, right now more smoothing to give us something solid-ish to operate off. I can see that this area here might be for the chop. Right. What have we won? Well, you've won this mess of a station. And what are you connecting that to? And you might be able to fly this road over your tunnel entrance that is about to turn up. Grand. Okay, right, well, there we go. Now then, for my next trick, we're going to grab the track here. You are track 3. We said 2 earlier on, but we've since changed our mind on that naming. You are now 3. Right, so that's this one. Oh, what do you know? It got in there straight away with no fuss. Let's get some more red trestle action on the go and accept it before it changes its mind. Now, this is going to make your peel off branch for the end track. It's going to make that quite tricky. It's also tricky is going to be getting these tunnels through without it going, oh no, terrain alignment collision in it. Go. And you kind of go, oh, knickers. Go on. No, terrain alignment collision. And because we like collisions, have another one. It's because I haven't got enough run-up. With a bit more run-up, we'd have been able to merge those tracks so that they could go through on the same tunnel. But as it is, there's some bulldozing coming up. And how much bulldozing? I'm going to try and... I don't know what we do here. Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I've got an idea. Right, get rid of it as far as... We just don't want to take out the bridge, because that was expensive. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, right. So then we knock down a bit more mountain. Give me some precision knocking down tooling here. Right, go over there. That's it. There you go, like that. And then we'll smooth out the... will we? We might. All we need is for the tunnel entrance to start a little further away. Is that going to be enough? I really don't think it is. All right. I mean, as it stands, you're already going to be challenging yourself to lean in a little, like so. No, don't go up. Just go on the flat, and then go this way. Right, that's about as much as you're going to get, and it's created quite this kinkiness here. I don't think we're going to do it. No, I think we're going to have another crack at that. Plus, I'm really not happy with that. Okay, right. Well, here we go. Go a little further out. So first, we're going to see what sort of run-up we get. Now it's decided to build a bridge over there because I've sunken it rather too much. We have built a moat around our town limit there, and it still hasn't tunnelled. Now it's tunnelled, and it's not pleased at having done so, and there still isn't going to be enough room there. What if I did that? No, it can't work. Okay, right. Well, okay, right. Flatten this out again. Right there. That's it. There you go. And that bit. That's it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Actually, it's one of the best things that City Skylines does. is the terrain tools, because you do have a lot of flexibility as far as setting height levels. What are you upset about? Which part of the terrain is it that is making you unhappy? The rather sheer cliff face is reducing your joy a little, but it shouldn't. Okay, admittedly, that's a little bit wonky. If we do that, maybe it'll be more chipper about things. Right, try it again. No, can't do it, mate. Can't be done. It's not going to work. What if I tell you not to climb the mountain of conflict? No, you've wrecked it. It's all wrecked. You've wrecked this. Oh, hold on. No, there you go. Now it's working again. We might have to go with the tunnels that the commenters love more than anything else. Well, don't spend too much on it. If you're gonna experiment with that, don't overspend in testing it. Go on, give me that. Oh no, wait, we've got a tunnel entrance. Now, if I could just get that tunnel entrance lined up with the other one, we might not get negged too heavily. Okay, well, it's not perfect. We are going to get negged. Yeah, I know, but the tunnel works, and that's the only thing we actually care about. We've also got to run some goods through here, so let's get that on the... What do you mean collision? Why are you colliding? You've got no excuse for colliding. Oh, it's because you're digging up a bit there. All right, well, it's all right. Smoothing gun. Smooth. And everything's perfect. Yeah, I hadn't expected it to be perfect. I had expected it to complain again. Right, let's dig. Yeah, how do you like them apples? And then smooth. I tell you, digging tools are savage. Right, okay, and then a bit of this. Right, no, whoop. There. Go on. No, we're going to have to do another single track. Okay, well, that can be dramatic in itself. It can, but it's not that... Oh, flipping Nora, what am I doing here? Right, go on, that's it. Do it like that, and then keep it at ground level, like so. Right, and then we're going to need somehow to make this into 2 tracks. Like this? Well, obviously not like that, because it didn't work, did it? Right, come out the other way. Oh, look, we're going to have to do the same thing the other end. You know how I said I was going to do 4 stations today? Yeah, all right. Well, that's going to prove to be difficult, isn't it? We might have to execute Captain Timelapse and the Soldiers of Fortune, which is the name of my band. I don't have a band, but if I did, I probably wouldn't call it that, to be honest. So I don't know who Captain Timelapse and the Soldiers of Fortune are, but they sound like a fun bunch of lads, and welcome at almost any children's party. Right, no, all right. Now we come out the other way, because I was perilously close to confusing the heck out of myself there, and we don't want to do that. I mean, it doesn't take much, but we don't want to do it anyway. Why? Why are you now complaining? Complainer? What's your problem? The fact that you've put a different style of bridge there leads me to believe that you are not as happily snapped as you might have led me to believe. Yeah. Yeah, see, you can't fool me. What's going on here? Oh, that's the tunnel entrance. Oh, okay, right, fine. Then where's the end of track? It's there. Well, make that happen. Right, I'm not sure what went wrong there, but it did, and I wasn't pleased, but now it's fixed, so I am pleased. Alright, do the other side. And while you're at it, do the hustle. There you go. And another one. And then, somehow, we've got to line all this lot up. Now, this is going to be... it's going to be nothing short of a scenic wonderland when complete. And obviously, when I'm actually got to the point that I'm running any trains across anything at all. Why are you not snapping? Why are you fighting me here? This is really just, it's unnecessary and it's not going to get you anywhere. I'll just attack it from a different angle. See, I win in the end. You can make as much fuss as you like, but you will be bent to my will. Right, why are you now bleating? Stop it. There you go. Right, line that one up as well. Keep going. Oh, this is interesting. Why is this bit giving me all of the giving me all that lip? Quit it. Just there you go. Lockstep. Magnifico. There we are. Right. Well, that's quite a dramatic piece of. I mean, the fact that it's is it declining in height as well? It looks like it is still going downhill. That's quite it's quite dramatic. It certainly looks strong enough. I mean, arguably these skinny little girders here aren't the ideal building material to create this edifice. But all right, here we go. No, hold on, it's already complaining. Why are you complaining now? Oh, you're trying to do something with the tunnel. Okay, yes, I am trying to do something with the tunnel. You wait, I'm going to do something else with the tunnel in a minute, and you might not like it. That said, I might be too high up, in which case nobody's going to like anything, because there's going to be quite a lot of do-overs. No, we're here. It's all fine. Everyone can breathe easy. Really, this is we're now coming up on the tail end of the 100 million quid I just gave myself. Flaming Nora. All right, okay, there we go. Terrific. We have finally now connected Gallifrey to Miranda through the use of the best part of 150 million of your doubloons, and we haven't done the goods line yet. And the demon in the room is going to be, well, yeah, this double-decker notion that you had going on. Good luck with that. It's going to look good though. We might have to take it back a bit and then swing out this way just a touch and then come back round. And I think, hang on, hold on. No, it's all right. You're done holding. I had a moment there where I thought, was the goods liner on the other side originally? That's because we've crossed over, so that's all fine. Right, so I'm going to need a goods station in here somewhere. We're not building goods stations today. That's not what we're about. But I need something to serve as a mock-up for that. While I don't doubt that there will be some additional jiggery-pokery required, we at least want to kind of just mark out where we're likely to do that. And it will be somewhat more exciting than just this piece of track here. So, yeah, we are going to need to back it up a little bit. Which is a shame, because that tunnel entrance is belting. Actually, there's no rules here, Sunshine. You can go wherever you please. You can go your own way, as people have said in the past, in a lyrical kind of a fashion. And that looks terrible. Oh, right, try that. It's not going to work anyway because the pillars are in the way. I just want to see what it looks like. Wretched, dreadful. That's the reviews we've been getting. But I want to come out right underneath the middle of this bridge. Just hypothetically, could we... Oh, I see your snap to the road. Could we get a bit of track in between these pillars? The game goes, my, that's an aggressive idea you've got going on there. Oh, hold everything. I've got a better idea. And it's completely ridiculous, but it's stylish as heck. All right, what is it? Well, you do one on this side of the pillars. Yeah. You do one on the other side of the pillars, and then you split up as you come out of the tunnel. And what extra benefit are you going to get from that? It'll look brilliant. Shut up. Okay. Now, we don't like that, but we do like where the tunnel exit is. Is the tunnel exit doomed? Yeah, it almost certainly is. Right, okay. And are you doomed? Hello, I'm doomed. Oh. You're going to have to move, aren't you? Yes, I flippin' am. Oh. Should I put the goods station on this side of the track? If you've got any sense. All right. Fine. Get yelled at by a flipping tunnel entrance. How ignominious. Right, okay, there we go. Now, just bang in some track, right? Easy peasy. It basically means that we've pulled a senseless switch over that we shall then switch back. But you know what? Switching back and indeed forth is a delight. It's a treat for all of us. Right, get rid of all of this. How much cash have I got left? £8.5 million. It's not a lot, is it? Right, and then you here. Come here. Grab onto the end of that. I hope we've got enough room to make this happen. No, you don't feel to me like you're trying to snap to anything. Yeah, you don't. You've got no real concept of what's going on there, have you? That's it. That's the way. All right, okay, good. And then come out and then land down there. And for some reason, it's done that without making too much fuss. So we'll just take that straight away as a gift. Now, it means that we have got a little bit of a weird corner going on in the tunnel. But it's in the tunnel, so who cares? If you can't see it, it didn't happen. There we go. Right, so tunnel come through. There we go. Goods line track station thing there. I might even try, when I put the station in, I might try and bend it to kind of match the curve that we've got going on over the top. I might not. But then, after that, we want to wend our way. We are not going to have the cash for this. There you go. That's it. Yep, come out over there. Now then, do we want another goods station here? No, we don't. What we'll do is we'll have a goods... Oh, yeah. We might need to. No, we won't. No, it'll be fine. It'll be absolutely fine. We'll put the next one over here just before Mos Eisley. It'll be absolutely fine. You carry on as you are doing, because you're getting it right. You're doing great work, and everybody thinks you're a star. Okay, there we go. Right, and then we'll get along here, and then we'll merge in to this bit, possibly, somehow. It's good that you've got such concrete plans, my friends. Otherwise, how would anyone ever believe you? Right, so we'll have an actual merged section of track going on there. Now, the other challenge that we've got is I've got to make these two tracks into one before they connect up to that bit, because there isn't room to do it out the other side of the platform. I'll tell you that. Right, now, you'd actually done something that was looking quite promising. Oh, it's still there, look. All right, bring that round, and then wang it onto there. And then if you gave it some red, what we're just checking for... What the... No. No. Don't need to do that. Don't steady on there, Tiger. Right, now, which track have I actually got here? You've got the outside track. Okay, right, keep coming. Right, and then try and get to parallel there. That's it. I don't know why you're going downhill. Don't go downhill. We want to try and match altitude, if we can, to within a reasonable amount of distance. You've slowed to 109. Now, we're only running goods on here, so we don't need breakneck speed necessarily, but something that would reflect. If I'm running a modern electric along here, I'm out of money again. Oh my dearie me! I mean, I'm spending it like water. But then that's why I chose this map. I chose the map because it does fulfil the desire to build something particularly complicated. Okay, right. Well, hello there, Plastic Farm. I'm gonna leave a pork barrel present for you here. And another 100 was added to the collection. What does that make it for today? 300. Okay. All right. That's only a little. Right. There you go. And you do that. We did say it was outside track, didn't we? Do you want it bending that way? I think that looks a bit rubbish. You're not wrong. It does. Okay. So if we go in as a separate tunnel, it won't look rubbish because you can ease that curve a bit. It's a shame you already paid for this, though. Ah, well. Right, now then. You come here. All I want you to do is just not be silly as far as the altitude of the track is concerned. Alright? So this lumpen mess that you're turning yourself into is not going to cut the mustard. Be nice to run it in parallel, though. It would. How do you propose that's going to happen? Honestly, I don't know. Okay, then. Well, how about... Because... no, wait. Okay, good. I mean, it's a bit more expense because we've already built this, but... where are we? You're coming out over there. Now, I suspect this bit of... oh, lorks. No, you've really made it difficult for yourself now. Right, come out around here. The goal is that you come out more or less straight. Right, and then get down like that. Because then we create another dramatic tunnel exit, right? And actually, you've probably chosen the wrong track to do this with. We might need to have a rethink, because this is probably going to collide like a bandit. You know how bandits like to collide? This tunnel entrance is going to as well. It's not. Oh, it's gone for it. Oh, wonderful. That's a moment of high drama there. If it can get past the next bit. It does get past the next bit. Oh, hooray for everybody. Alright, good. Yeah. I'll even let you build a bit of an embankment here, because I suspect you'll be happier doing that than if it just tracks straight away. And then we'll stay on the flat, because while the other side is coming downward, you're staying flat, and then when we get to the other end, everything is peachy. Go on, be peachy. Go on. It's not quite peachy. It's close to it, though. It's like it's a semi-peach that we have ended up with. But it does look good. And that's all we ever wanted. There we are. Good. Right. Yeah, that's all terrific. Right, you now link up with this one. Yeah, and then you come here, and we'll do some wizardry in the tunnel, and then nobody will notice it. Apart from what we'll probably notice is we might see a very long goods train that goes into the tunnel and is stopped in there somewhere. And you kind of have to wonder whether you've got a taking of Pelham 123 incident going on, where the train's being jacked. And no, I don't mean the one with Denzel Washington. If you didn't realise that there was an original version of the taking of Pelham 123, ooh, you've got a treat coming. Go and watch it. It's Walter Matthau, and it's magnificent. It is superior in every conceivable fashion. Right, okay, bit of a slowdown, but we did merge the track in. It's come out the other end. No one's really complaining too much. I could now change the scope of the station. If we're only allowed one track, this is a very silly idea. Collision. Then don't do it. Yeah, okay. I was just checking, but I'm not about to go through all of that rigmarole again. Now then, have I missed any bits of track that I shouldn't have missed? We can put a road back in, because otherwise, the game's going to complain about you going, oh, you must make sure that you are connected up to this and that and the other thing. I don't think that's the game's actual voice, but that's certainly the tone. So yeah, so we'll end up with a goods station that sits right between these two tunnels. There is no way that's going to be easy. You're going to have to rethink that, boy. But not today, and therefore we can leave that problem for another time. And then we also need to hook up this platform here. Oh, why did you not start doing this earlier? Because you are the approach. You've locked onto the goods line there. That's not going to help you. Oh, so this obviously is the arrival platform. All right, okay, there we go. So we're locked in on that one. We're still going. There we go. So here it comes out as track number 5. And what? Do you want to do the approach outside the tunnel? I think you're going to have to. Otherwise, you're going to either have to trust that you can make it happen while underground. You can only do it while it's snapped. So you're looking at there, actually, the tunnel exit. All right. Do you have any further questions? No, I don't. Good luck. You're gonna need it. Here we go. Get over there. The game just kind of goes, oh, I love your enthusiasm. Try it again. That's what we want. That's complaining. To be honest, any of this stuff could randomly complain, and I'd just kind of go, yeah, all right. All right, let's try from the bridge here over to there. What are you colliding with? We're not colliding there. Yeah, it's quite an aggressive slowdown, but I'll take whatever it's happy to do at the current time. Nope, still terrain alignment collage, but it's there, and it slows to 57, which is very slow, but it does work. All right, we'll put that in, knowing full well that is much slower than we'd like. And that there is the very real possibility we'll need to remodel it later. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up. It's I'd honestly expected to get a little bit further today than I have done. But the good news is that if the game allows me to just motor on through the mountain here, we should be able to get through Mos Eisley and Alpha Complex all in one go. Because then we are, I think, probably about 2/3 done. So Alpha Complex, New York. That's the one that's going to cost the flipping earth to make that connection. New York, and then all this gubbins around here. Yeah, this isn't going to be cheap either. The connection from Minas Tirith to Atlantis. So I think what we might do is do kind of half and half. So we'll get Pleasant View down to Atlantis done, and then Miranda as far as Alpha Complex. Then we'll route up all of those and maybe start doing the goods on that as well. Simply because the goods is going to make a lot of cash, and quite quickly. So I should be able to ease off on the spending of pork in order to make it happen. It's a shame because I did want to complete the loop first, but I think if we do that, then I won't be paying off pork barrels until the end of time. Anyway, that's your lot. Thanks very much for watching today. I've been Colonel Failure. The reason that this series is going one a week at the moment is it's a little bit experimental. I want to see what happens going at one a week rather than 2. I will revert to 2 episodes a week in the future. Not yet. Don't get your hopes up too high. Because I've almost finished. I've been doing quite a lot of testing recently, and I've almost finished with it now. Are you actually improving this? Yeah, I am improving it. Shut up. Anyway, fling a like at this one if you enjoyed it, and yeah, tasty. And subscribe to make sure you don't miss out on whatever happens next. Thanks for watching. What was that you just dug up there? I don't know. Cheerio. So yes, started today with the grand aspiration of connecting 4 cities. Ended up barely connecting 1. No, that was tricky, and far more so. I should know better. It always takes longer than you expect to smooth out enough space to get your station in, and then to burrow through mountains and so forth. And it was also very expensive. 150 million plus we've just sunk in to the network to connect up to. Terms ridiculous. Anyway, the goal is going to be to get to the point where we can actually start to pay all of this back, and that's going to come sooner rather than later. Fairly non-committal agreement to pay it all back, obviously, but we're going to make that happen.